I know what I want, but I don't know how to get there. And like the reality is, we know what we want, but we don't even know the first step. And part of the first step is tell the truth about what I want. But then I've got, how do I memorialize that? How do I say, okay, do I really want this? How bad do I want it? Let me ask you this. Could I live without it? Because when we wrote down yesterday, decision number 2 to affirm the commitment, the things that you wrote down, what I'm absolutely committed to bringing into my life in the next 12 months, in 2023. The question is, go back, and no, I don't want you to do it right now, but I'm just going to throw this into the universe, is go back there and look at everything that I wrote on that list. All of the targets, the things that I want. Which of those can I live without? And if you can live without them, mark them off. Because you're never going to fucking get them. Unless you put down, I want to go masturbate to Pornhub tonight. You can get that without any effort. Guys, that's for guys only. Maybe, I guess that's for guys only, I don't know. But if you got any goal, any target that you set that's big, which I assume all of them you wrote down there were big. These were big commitments. If you don't have to have it, you will never get it. Why? Because the price is too great. So the first thing is when we say I want something, that's not enough. I want it, but am I willing to do what it takes to actually get it? Am I willing to do the work? Can I live without it? And so when things come up for you, this is the reason we take the time. Then after this, I want you to write down, what are the decisions that you know you need to make? Because if you don't write it down, you're like drinking from a fire hose for 3 days. And so much of it is like, it's emotional, it's deep, it's like, this is not tactical shit. Right? It's not like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Because guys, you can get that in the video content. You already got that, I gave it to you in a manual. The step-by-step shit is easy. But going into your heart and saying, what do I really want? And then you got to make a decision. Am I willing to pay the price? And then we can start paying it. So, and to your question is, as you've written this stuff down, the last thing we will do today is like the last piece, and it's not like our last 5 minutes, but when we get to attack ruthlessly, wherever that page is, I don't even know, at the very end, page 68. Page 68, critical decision number 4 is to attack ruthlessly. Here's what the exercise will be, this final exercise in our final session today. What are the next 5 big moves when I get home? What are the next 5 big moves when I get home? In other words, there's 193 things that you've written down this week. You're like, I need to do that, I need to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. And then you're going to get home on Monday and life happens. Or you just get out of here at the end of the day and you got 29 voice messages. And life is happening right now, business is happening right now. And then you forget, okay, wait a second. This is what I was doing before. If I keep doing what I was doing before, is it going to take me where I want to go? And what's the answer? No. What's the answer? No. If I keep doing before what I'm doing, if I keep doing after what I was doing before, what's the answer? What's going to change for me? Nothing. You're not going to get where you want to go if you keep doing it. So we can't walk out of here and just go back and go like, oh shit, because the moment I get into my text messages and my voice messages and all that, I'm immediately going back into reaction. So I no longer am choosing my path. This is why we stack every day. So, by the way, for those that go forward with us into 500K coaching, his software is called the Warrior app. Okay? And that Warrior app alone, if you just want to get subscribed to, it's $197 a month. Okay, I think that was what an introductory. Do you know if that's still what it is? $197 a month. I pay for that for you. So if you're going for it, you get that included in 500K coaching. Why? Because I give you every tool I can to change your life. And that is a tool to change my life. I got a message this morning from one of my Empire Builders 101 from Katie Jones. And she said, it was actually last night she sent it. And she said, I need to share this with you. She says, sorry this comes in the middle of AML. It has been weighing on me since last week. But actually, since my breakthrough, this is one thing that holds me back. And she says, you've got a lot going on. I wrote this today because if I don't, and I don't send it now, maybe I won't. So it's in these moments of quietness that you are just with yourself and God, and you're just like, okay, what do I need to deal with? And she dealt with some shit, and she wrote it out, and like, okay, this is something I don't even talk about. I don't even want you to know about it. But I got to say it because it's inside of me. And I need you to know it so you understand how to coach and work with me. And so she shared it. Okay? This was big. This was, like, for me, it was like, oh, that's it? But for her, it was a big fucking deal. How do I do it? In the stack, every day, stack, stack, stack. And at the end of the stack, it's like, okay, what is one immediate action you need to take coming out of this conversation? Okay, good, cool. Do you want to add that to your hot list, i.e. your to-do list? Yes or no? And then it'll automatically add it to a hot list, or no means I know what it is, I don't have to write it down. And then next, are there any more immediate actions you need to take? Yes, I need to share this piece with my wife. Okay, cool. Do you want to add that to the hot list? Yes, click. So I now got a reminder. But guys, if you don't stop and take the time to listen, and this is why what we don't understand is this concept of think and grow rich. Thinking is actually a thing. The problem is that we have, I don't know what they say, like 60, 80, 70,000 thoughts a day. Whatever it is, it's like 70,000 thoughts a day, right? So they say the average human has 70,000 thoughts a day. And most of them are automatic. We didn't invite them. They aren't deliberate. They're not planned. They're not strategic. They're just autopilot. Autopilot is bringing up all the, and for most people, most of the thoughts are bullshit. They're our story. They're a little piece of our story that just come in over and over with all the input, and then we get into reaction, and the thoughts are, oh, I need to do this. And then our emotion comes in and go like, oh, if I don't answer this now, I could lose this client. Oh shit, this is gonna fall apart. And then we go into scarcity mind. Here's the scarcity mind you need to have. You ready? Here's the scarcity mind. If I don't change now, what's my life gonna look like in 12 months? If I don't change now, and I look back over the last 10 years, 10 years from now, is my life going to be different? And don't bullshit yourself. If what you did over the last 6 months goes forward, what's it going to look like in 6 months, or 6 years, or 16 years, or 60 years for those of you that are young enough? So you got to stop and think. So every day you stop and do that in the stack. So this is why we do this at the end of today, is we're like, okay, of all the shit that you could be doing when you leave here, what are the most important things that I want to do? For Galena, there's going to be something here, at least one or two, that are going to be, what's your husband's name?
Serge.
And what is it?
Serge.
Serge? So there's something is going to have Serge in it. This is a conversation. This is the thing. I'm scheduling our date night. He'll go or he won't go, but I'm having it next Thursday or whatever day it is, right? So it's got to be like, this is an immediate action. It's not like, I need to follow my schedule more. You're a fucking liar. What does that mean? That's not an action. That's a wish. Wishes don't come true. Commitments, decisions, that's the shit that makes stuff happen. So it's like, okay, now I have to make a decision. What is the new standard for me and my wife? What is the new standard for me and my business, for me and my schedule? What is the new standard for me and my commitment to myself? What is the new standard for my body? Okay? Because if you take the new standard of, oh crap, who's our gal in Toronto? Megan. If we take Megan and her 290 is like, that's where I am right now. I've lost 13 pounds. And that's not a little thing. But compared to the journey she's going to be on, that's a little thing. But it's a step, one step at a time. Progress, not perfection. But she's got to be clear in like, what is my new standard? Here's my new standard. Whatever it is. So it's 100. Megan, type in, what is your ideal weight? I see you there. Just type in the chat. Your elite self, back to your fitness days, because you're young enough that there's no question you can get back to fitness model shape. What is your ideal weight? 180. Okay, 155 on stage weight. So 155 is not a sustainable weight. Is that correct? I can see you shake your head yes or no. Is 155 sustainable for you? No. What is a good sustainable weight? 180? You like 180? All right, beautiful. So 180 is her number, okay? So she's a fitness model. Fitness means there's a lot of muscle mass. So we're not talking about 180 pounds of fat. You can be 180 pounds, okay? You can be 110 pounds and be obese. Did you know that? You see a lot of like girls that they starve themselves into being skinny, that they are actually suffering from obesity because they don't have muscle mass, because they starve themselves and so their muscle gets all consumed. Okay, so for her, 180. So what's got to happen is, what's got to become her new standard? For Megan, what's going to become her new standard? Okay, so that's a path. What's the standard? An elite, fit, 180. Now, like Leanne said, the number is not the most important thing. Okay, it's the easiest thing to measure, just kind of like dollars. Making money is not the most important thing, but it is the easiest thing to measure. Okay, when it comes to having what I want. Okay, so we pay attention to that metric because one, it's visible, I can feel progress and all that kind of stuff, but you also got to be paying attention. So Leanne talks about measuring your body, getting a body scan done. Body scans where they give you your true BMI, and there's multiple ways you can do that with health professionals, like holistic, not medical doctors. They don't know anything about this shit. It's crazy. They're like, I don't know. I know it's important, but I have no idea how to, because they didn't teach us that in medical school. My daughter is a nurse, and we ask her stuff like supplements and vitamins, and she's like, I have no idea. They don't talk about that in nursing school. We only learn how to inject meds. I'm like, okay. So whatever it is, what's the new standard? So for Megan, it's got to be like, you got to set a standard and go like, I will not settle for anything else. Now, I'm not going to be there tomorrow, but I will fucking not settle for being a year from now being at 275. And go like, hey guys, here's the thing. She goes from 290 to 240. It's massive physical change in your body. There's a massive change in your metabolism to get there. I don't even know all the shit that changes. But she can look at it and go like, whoa, look, I'm looking good compared to that, before and after. And she can start justifying and go like, I'm doing pretty good. Is pretty good what you're going for, Megan? Is that what you're looking for? I'm pretty good? No, I don't want pretty good. This is one of the biggest challenges. We set standards that we have for ourselves, and we want something different, but we don't make it the standard. This goes back to not what do I want to have, what do I have to have? So this is where whatever's important to you, you got to take time to write it down. This is what I literally take the time.